You didn't enter this world through a mother's love. Your first act of survival was eating your own twin brother inside the womb. They call you the king of curses, but they are fools, absorbing his flesh just to ensure your own breath. You are a biological nightmare. You were a human who looked at the absolute limits of the soul, shattered them, and forced your way into the rank of a god. Welcome to your life as Ryoman Sukuna. Today, you will understand why you never wanted to rule this pathetic world. You only wanted to watch it drown in its own blood. Go back 1,000 years, the Heian period, the golden age of Jujutsu, a time when sorcery was at its absolute peak, and clans bred legendary fighters like cattle just to maintain power. And then, there was you. To the world, you were a walking natural disaster, a four-armed, two-mouthed abomination that knew no mercy. The great sorcerer families combined their armies, made desperate alliances, and sent thousands of their finest warriors to hunt you down. And what did you do? You turned their grand crusade into a slaughterhouse. For you, battle was like dining. You eat when you are hungry. You cut what is in front of you, and when you are done, you move on. Those who are weak are meant to be consumed. That is the natural law of the universe, and you were its apex predator. With your twin blades of invisible energy dismantle and cleave you, painted the snow of ancient Japan red. You didn't just defeat the golden age. You broke its spirit so completely that even after your physical body was destroyed, they couldn't wipe you out. They had to cut your power into 20 indestructible fingers, seal them in grave wax, and pray to whatever gods they had left that you would never, ever wake up. A millennium passes like a brief nap. Suddenly, a spark of your soul ignites. Someone has been foolish enough to swallow one of your rotting fingers. You open your eyes, ready to tear the modern world apart, ready to smell the blood of a new century. And you hit a wall. You are trapped. For the first time in your existence, you are locked inside a cage of flesh you do not control. A loud, stubborn brat named Yuji Itadori has suppressed you. You, the king of curses, are reduced to a voice in a teenager's head, an eye manifesting on his cheek, a mouth on his palm, the ultimate humiliation. But a god does not panic. A god adapts. You sit in your innate domain, lounging on a mountain of skulls in a sea of blood, and you watch. You watch this new, fragile era of sorcerers pretend they understand power. You watch Itadori suffer, scream, and lose his friends, and you laugh. You laugh because you know time is on your side. Every time the boy breaks, your grip tightens. You are a patient poison, a dormant volcano waiting for the perfect 1 minute vow to take back what belongs to you. Asterisk, you laugh because you know time is on your side. Every time the boy breaks, your grip tightens. You are a patient poison, a dormant volcano waiting for the perfect 1 minute vow to take back what belongs to you. Asterisk, for the absolute zenith. Malevolent shrine. Asterisk English. And when that volcano finally erupts, the world learns the true meaning of despair. Think back to Shibuya. You gain control of the body for mere minutes, and what do? You don't run. You don't hide. You simply walk into the center of the city and unleash your domain expansion. Malevolent shrine. Unlike every other sorcerer who builds a barrier to trap their victims, your domain has no wall. It's a divine technique, painting a masterpiece not on a canvas, but on the very fabric of reality. You grant your victims an escape route, and in exchange for that binding vow, your domain's radius expands to hundreds of meters. Within that circle, everything concrete, steel, flesh, bone is subjected to an endless, microscopic storm of slashes until there is literally nothing left but dust. Then came Gojo Satoru, the strongest of the modern era, a man who thought his infinity made him untouchable. But you didn't just fight Gojo, you analyzed him, you used his own traps against him, and when the moment was right, you didn't target his body, you targeted space itself. You cut the world, the infinity, and the man holding it, all in one single, unblockable stroke. You prove that there is a difference between being the strongest of an era and being the strongest in history. Throughout your long life, fools always asked you the same questions. Why do you destroy? Why can't you love? Why do you live only for yourself? To you, those questions are nothing but the pathetic coping mechanisms of the weak. They seek connection, love, and relationships because they cannot stand on their own 2 feet. They need a crowd to feel whole. But true strength is fundamentally lonely. To be absolute, you must throw away all attachments, Love is a shackle. Empathy is a flaw that clouds your vision. You do not hate humans, nor do you love them. Their lives hold no more value than a piece of livestock on a cutting board. You are the sun in the sky, absolute, radiant, and completely unconcerned with the things you burn just by existing. You are completely alone at the summit, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Raoman Sukuna was never a villain looking for redemption, or a broken man seeking a purpose. He was a force of nature. He lived exactly how he wanted, ate what he desired, cut down everyone who dared to stand in his path, and when the end finally came, he left the world in ashes. He chose to be a monster, and he wore that crown proudly until the very last second. Now, think about this and let me know in the comments below. Was Sukuna right about absolute loneliness being the only path to true strength? Or did he die a blind monster who never understood the true power of human connection? Drop your thoughts. I genuinely want to see your takes on this. If you want to dive deeper into the dark, hidden lore of the Heian period and see what your life would look like as other legendary sorcerers, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next chapter.